So, Poor Chronicles, let me tell you how weird men are. I mean, men are weird. Ugh. So, I'm just going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it a buck. When I first got the rollator, the walking device, I used to always be like, okay, I ain't going to have to worry about no dudes. Because I would never think that dudes would talk to you if you had like a condition or something. I ain't never think about it like that. So, I never thought about dudes hollering at me or whatever. So, and this is what happened to me last week when I went to Allen Pond. No, the day of Easter, I was at Allen Pond Park feeding the ducks and reading a book or whatever. The geese. I went to the 7-Eleven down the street to go get me something to drink, to come back to the park, get me a big water. So I was crossing the street, and this white dude in a sidekick, like a little Suzuki sidekick, he was old as hell. He turned down the street that I had just crossed, and then he pulled over and waited for me to pass him. And I was like, I know he ain't gonna try to talk to me or say nothing. He stopped just for me. He was like, I swear that man looked like he was 85 years old. But he was white, so maybe he just looked older. I don't know. Girl! He was like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Do you need anything from me? I was like, I looked at him like, I'm on my way to the park. I am fine. And do you actually think I need anything from you? Girl, he was old enough to be my stepfather. Because my stepfather in his 80s. Ugh. But it didn't creep me out because he was real nice. And he was so old. If he would have got out that car, I could have got away from him walking. Okay? He was that old. So I'm out here today, and every time I'm out and about, it don't matter where I'm at, dudes will always be like, can I ride with you? Can I get a ride? The dude at 7-Eleven the day at the park, he said the same thing. I get off at so-and-so, you coming back by so I can ride with you? I was like, no. And then the dudes that do it most of the time be young. This dude did it when I was just coming back from across the street from the Ross over there. He was young. They be younger than my child. My son about to be 35, and that's still young as hell to me, because he's my child. Honey, that little young, and honey, they don't be ugly, okay? That little boy say, can I ride with you? You going my way. I said, you don't know which way I'm going. He was like, whichever way you going, I'm going. I said, ooh, I said, I'm too big already. He was like, no, you not. You the perfect size. I was like, oh, thank you. And I just kept going, honey. Sometimes it could be a compliment if that's what you're looking for. But it kind of grosses me out because they be so young. I love my son a lot. Don't get me wrong, but his mentality of a 35-year-old is nothing I want to ever like be in a relationship or even try to mess with, talk to. They don't have the same mindset. They haven't been through what I've been through. And I'm not looking for somebody who's been through what I've been through. Please don't get me wrong. But I have like the dude I really, really care about. The main reason I wouldn't date him for a few minutes was because he was young. But you had to be married. You need some kids. You need to be married and have some kids for me to date you. Because, honey, one thing if you ain't been married and you at a big age like this, it's something wrong with you. And I ain't trying to be mean. I ain't trying to be funny. I know that sounds terrible. If you hate me, please hate me. But I be feeling like you need to know what the hell it's like to be married as old as we is. Because it's not a game. And if you don't know what it's like to have no churn, you don't have no compassion. Because guess what? When you ain't got to care for nobody else, you don't have to. My son told me that a long time ago. He'll tell me that to this day. He be like, Mom, I'm not compassionate like you. I don't have no kids. I don't have to care. He was like, I can be selfish. He was like, people who don't have kids, we selfish. Because we don't got to care for nobody. Now, I'm not saying all people who don't have kids is selfish. Because there's a lot of people who don't have kids that help raise other people's kids. For real life. So I'm not saying that. But they have a right to be selfish because they made a choice not to give of themselves like that. You feel me? You know, and I wouldn't want that. Even though my son is an old dude, I still would want somebody that's in my life to understand what it's like to have kids. Because my son is everything, and I would hope their children are too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think men are funny. I be laughing because I be like, And then when I got my oil done today, he even gave me his business card. I was like, oh my God. He wouldn't let nobody help me. This dude with real long locks. And he kept on saying, your hair is so pretty and your eyes are so. I was like, thank you. And he had locks. His locks was well down to almost his hips. And they was gray. And I was just like, thank you. And he was like, I got her. Every time somebody tried to come over and help me, he was like, no, I'm working on her. And gave me a discount. He was like, I'm gonna give you a discount. I was like, why? He's like, because I got it like that. I said, oh, okay. And then I do car work. Let me know when you want to sell this. So he had to give me his business card so I would have his number. I said, thank you. He was like, yeah, I can do your brakes when you want them done. It's right down the street, or whenever you're ready to sell your vehicle. Because everybody tries to buy this car for me. I have a Dodge Caravan, and it's real old. It's a 2007, but everybody always say to me, even when I was living in the Shota, a dude that was dating one of the girls in there, he pulled up on me when I was going inside. He was like, you want to sell that? I was like, this is the only car I got. He was like, I buy them. He was like, because you should see mine. They take them and restore them because they run so long. And I don't even have 200,000 miles in this car. Because my mama didn't take it nowhere when she had it. I'm the one to take it. I take it to Georgia, Tennessee. I be gone. I love you, Porch Chronicles. Y'all have a good day. Let me get my happy ass home. I need to cook. I really want to cook. I want some turkey chili.